Hello, welcome to a video where we're going to look at building this musical instrument. So first thing we're going to do is just take a look at our grid here. Our grid is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 50 millimeters by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50 millimeters. That is the base of our object, and it is 9 blocks high, so that is 90 millimeters. So each block is 10 millimeters. So we're going to come over here and we're going to drag this polygon out. The polygon is just down the side here a bit. So drag the polygon into our work plane, and then all we're going to do is we're going to click on top just to make sure we're looking down on it. And I like to go to orthographic view so everything is perfectly flat. So I just clicked on that there. And now we're going to change these to 50. So all you have to do is click on any of these little white boxes in the corner, and we're just going to enter 50 here, and then we're going to enter 50 on the top. So there we go. Now we've got the size we want. And then I'm going to rotate by two-finger clicking and just pushing my trackpad up. And if you remember, it was about 90 millimeters high. So actually, I'm just going to make it 85. So what I did is I clicked on this little white square on the top, and I'm going to change that to 85 right there. So there we go. You'll notice there's 4 squares on the bottom and 1 square on the top, and that is what's going to move your shape up and down. So what we're going to do now is, once we've got that completed, we want these little tiny I guess spheres that are in the side. So if you look on the side, there's actually a half sphere here. So we're going to drag the half sphere out and just put it right here. Now this one's just a little bit tricky, but what we want to do first of all is we want to click on, you can see there's these little double-edged arrows, and these are your rotation arrows. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on this rotation arrow here, and I think I'm going to try, rather than 90 degrees, I'm going to try minus 90 degrees and see what I get. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, if you make a mistake, you can always click undo here and go back. Okay, so I wanted 90 degrees. So I'm going to click on that 0 again, click 90, and that's going to rotate it the way I want it. Okay, now you can see it's not quite flush with the object here, so we're going to have to rotate this again. So you can see there's another little arrow, and I'm just going to change my position here, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You see there's another double-edged arrow here, and I'm going to click on that arrow, and I can rotate this. Now, what you want to make sure is when you click on it, you can drag your mouse out, and that allows you to do like a fine rotation. See how I'm going up by small increments. If I go inside it, it goes up by it's going up by 22.5 degree increments every time. So you want to, for this one, we're going to pull the mouse out, and we're just going to go a little bit about there. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of push this into the model, right on, okay, and then now I'm going to bring this up a little bit, and if you see, there's a little arrow on the top. I know it's hard to see right there, but there's a little tiny black arrow, and all you do is drag the black arrow up, and then move your piece of your model up. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate this, so I'm just going to go up to there, I'm going to click duplicate, and then it's going to bring another one up, and all I'm going to do is click duplicate again, and it actually smart duplicates it, so it creates another one with the same distance. Now I want these on the opposite side as well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate again, and you can see this one actually brings it a bit too high, so I don't want that. I just want it to duplicate inside of it. So I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to rotate my angle here a little bit, and I'm going to bring this through to the other side. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. You can see there it is sticking out the other side. I'm going to rotate again. And now I'm going to bring this and rotate it out. So I'm actually going to bring it out a little bit farther, and you can see there's the little rotations on it. You got to change your angle to see the rotations sometimes. They're a bit tricky. There's one up the top, but I want the one on the bottom. So I'm going to rotate this again. So I'm going to grab this arrow right here and rotate it back about there. I'm going to push this item in, and then I'm going to duplicate it. So I'm just going to click that, and I'm going to grab that little arrow that's sitting on the top right there. I'm going to push down, and then I'm going to duplicate it again, and you can see another one appears down there. Perfect. Okay, we are just about done our model for our musical instrument. All we need is this last piece here. And to get that, that looks to me like some kind of cone. So I'm going to grab the cone. I'm going to bring it in. And I'm going to bring the cone using that little tiny arrow on the top. I'm going to bring the cone up to about there. And now you can use the arrow keys to move things around. So I'm just going to use my arrow keys to kind of get the cone in the position I want. And I'm going to make the cone a little bit bigger. I'm just going to hold down Shift and make it about that size. I think even a little bit bigger. It doesn't have to be that small. Okay, that's about the right size. Now if I want to get this directly in the middle, the little tip here is clicking on that, holding down Shift and clicking on the other piece. And you click the Align button, this L right here. And this Align means it will put things perfectly in the center. So I want to click on this and click on that, and that places the piece perfectly in the center. If you get uptight about having it exactly in the center, that's how you would do it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this box. This is going to make a hole. So I'm going to grab this box. I'm going to bring the box up to the top and just kind of maneuver the box over top of my piece. I'm going to bring the box up maybe just a little bit more. And I'm going to make my box a little bit bigger, just so we can make sure we get everything. I'm going to lower it down just a tiny bit, and then we're going to cut off the top of this cone by clicking on the box once, holding down Shift, clicking on our cone, and clicking Group. And there we go. We've got our musical instrument. Let's check this out. Looks pretty good. And you can add a lot of other pieces to this on the sides as well. Okay, hopefully for your buddy you found this useful, and have fun creating your musical instrument with your friends.